we'll see if this works. Now, first I'm going to apologize about that last vid. It was un petit long. Also, there was a fan running in the background the entire time, and I didn't realize that. So yeah, I'm sorry. But this is going to be quote-unquote part one. I've actually prepared something because somebody asked. This is going to be talking about, I've done videos about it before, the circles. Hard to do it when I look at the screen. Circles. So, and these guys down here and all the other things. So, if you saw those videos a while back, I don't know if it was last year or the year before when I talked about making circles, you can just kind of skip this. But this is going to be kind of a building session-ish. And there's going to be probably across many sessions because I don't think I can cram everything into one video without making it a stupid long like the last video I just made. So I'm going to talk about the basics right off the bat. I've tried most of the wing plates that Lego's offered over the years, and this started with me doing the 4x8 wing plates. Those were my first circles, and you can see them because this is the oldest part of the layout, the building. If you get 16 of these 4x8 wing plates, you can make a circle out of them. And so I did that there, on the other side, and the observation, not the observation deck, the command flight ops deck up top, and other places in the layout that, well, at least were in the layout, they're not anymore. This is a good way to start. The one thing about the 4x8 wing plates is you have to, let me get this piece off, fill in that hole, of course, right there with a 1x1 plate, which is fine. If you want it to match the 4x9 wing plates, you're going to have to extend it out by a 2x4 plate. And I've done that too, which is pretty easy in the end. So there's a 4x8 wing plate also works well if you just want to do a half circle and connect it to your building. So like this, as I say, this part here is just a half circle. So there's 8 4x8 wing plates. And the center plate right out front is just it's a 4x8 plate that goes straight back to join with the rest of the building. So that's how it's, this middle piece is held onto the rest of the buildings. And then when the 4x8 wing plates come around on the side 1, 2, 3, 4, the edge of the wing is parallel or right next to, the studded side is right next to the rest of the build. So it locks in very, very nicely. So the only 3 wing plates in the middle are floating basically that are attached here. I could go into that in more depth. I wasn't planning on doing that on this video because I wanted to talk about the 4x9 wing plates, but this is, as you can see, the beginning of a circle. And so the 4x8 wing plates work well. The, where is it? The 4x4 wing plates work well. You need 8 of these. It makes an octagon. Again, piece of cake. And I use that right at the very top, the cake topper. And wait, I can even show you because I have, let's see if I can get it easily without knocking anything over. Because I got a lot of stuff piling up over here now. Oh, this is going to be fun. Let me get rid of this walker here. And that robot there, and it can come out here. I was planning on making another building for the layout for a section because it's kind of blank in some spots, but in the end, never got there. But anyway, I kept this guy together. I'll just pop this off because this thing is just floating on here. It comes right off. See, I put plates down there for it to stand on because you can't lock this piece into that piece because these studs do not line up nicely. This is actually slightly smaller. This hole here is not a 4x4 4 studs by 4 studs hole. Is actually slightly smaller than that, so you cannot fit a 4x4 plate in here, but you can fit a 4x4 circle in here. And then it's like there, it fits like that, which is fine in the end. But you know, I didn't mind that. It's good enough. But this whole thing does float. So if you open up all these windows here, it does float around. But that's why I lock it in by just putting these pieces like that, and it just will not move now, will not rotate. But I like that. It's good enough. Now, because it's an octagon, it doesn't have a nice roundness to it. I'm sure if I substituted now when I'm thinking about it, I could have substituted the front and put those curve 2x2 curve pieces and make it look a little rounder, but whatever. I might try that now I'm thinking about it. But well, also this the 6x12 wing plate works perfectly well to make circles, and I did this for a launch pad for the shuttles, which showed up in a few shows. It worked well. Again, hard to lock into place, but if it's floating on top of tiles that you build, piece of cake. But I'm here to talk about this guy, the 4x9 wing plate, which I did make a pretty big bunch of brinklers. I don't get this at work at all. It's like when I'm talking to you guys, this cough shows. I don't even get this when I'm upstairs. I don't even get this when I'm in a room by myself. When I'm talking to you in this room, I start coughing. So whatever that is. Anywho, maybe it's psychosomatic. But anywho, the 4x9 wing plate, absolutely fantastic wing plate. I love this thing, as you can see, because I bought lots of them. And this is basically how you do it. You get 36 of these, which also means that you'll need like 72 hinge bricks or hinge plates. And I'll show you where you would use a hinge plate and a hinge brick. Right now I just held these things hold together by hinge plates. But yeah, I have a brick separator because I'm going to take them off, because I'm going to start with the hinge plates first. I want to show you how I built my rocket platform, or the start to show you how I built my rocket platform, because again, I'm not going to build 36 of these things. I'm just going to build 2. So when you have the hinge bricks, see, these are hinge bricks, you can put them this way. Let me just put that on there first, vertically up and down instead of straight across. See, there's the bottom, straight across, and this is up and down. And the only reason I do this is to save space inside the layout, because you can now put a console there in the middle here and have a workstation, guide typing, put a chair behind it, blah, blah, blah. Did I not grab? I thought I grabbed all the pieces I wanted for this thing. Obviously not. So, and I do fancy it up a little bit by putting that in there. And then this goes up. Oh, forgot the tiles. 2 tiles on top of, like, this is just a 1x4, 2 1x3s, 1x2 tiles on top, and then this guy. That's it. Right? And of course, this idea came from the Walker from Classic Space. Never would have thought about that without that guy first. And so that's actually what inspired this piece here. Going on this piece here was the Walker from Classic Space. So thank you, Classic Space, again. And then you do this 36 times, which is perfectly acceptable. So, and then every so often, what I like to do is, and I didn't bring the pieces over here for it, is I'll build this piece solid all the way up without having the slope in here, and therefore this thing will attach to the ring on top 4 or 6 times around the loop. Depends on how many you want to do, and you don't have to waste windshields, whatever. So this piece will be solid all the way to the top. So now we got the bottom piece done. The top piece, so if you're just using the plates, the hinge plates, and I'll put these 2 on just because I want to make it fabulous. You have to fill in this little spot here and just get a 2x4 plate. And I use yellow sometimes, and sometimes I use gray, and sometimes I use black. But the yellow, if you use gray, it looks like there's just like a brick here. That'd be solid gray, but I don't want to waste old gray filling that in. So I use yellow, and yellow is Classic Space too. Now I wish this was black, but what are you gonna do? And then the top goes on here like this, like that. And the reason why you put these bricks on is to hold the hinge plate. This is why I do all this reinforcing. This is not just for show. The yellow is not just for show. The yellow is so I can attach the hinge plates to something like that. So now, because I'll show you in a second, but again, we'll put the inverted hinge, the inverted 2x3 33-degree slopes in the bottom. So it looks exactly the same as the top. And there's the top. And wait, there's more. Because now you have a 6 long thing left over. I should have brought these out. Now that my room is all nice and organized. And this is how I hid some of my wiring, but I'm not going to do it this time. Now, you do this 36 times. And that's perfectly acceptable. And then you have something in the middle here that they look like they're going to. So it's like reinforcement. It's not necessarily greebling. I call it like roofing. Roofing would be a name for it. And so it looks like, I don't know if I have that, but if I don't have a, no, I don't. It'll be in the garage. But, and I do this on the top of the 4x8, 4x8s as well. Have them coming back. And you can continue that, but I usually have something in the middle. If you do this with the 36s, is that right? No. If you do it with the 4x8s, you can put a 4x4 quarter round, and that's what they'll bump into, which is really, really, really cool. But anyway, talk about this. So that's the roof now. And so when you put the two of them together, this is what you get, right? That's it. And then put the bottom ones in here. Whatever. So anyway, I think you get the gist. So do this, each one of these individuals 36 times. You do each one of these individuals 36 times. Change it up a little bit. As I say, I alternate between clear canopies and just pillars. And that's just so that the top can be connected to the bottom. And this worked out perfectly for me because each deck in my layout is exactly 10 bricks high, including the roof. If you start from the top of the floor plate and go to the roof plate, it's exactly 10 bricks. So that worked out. So I can't complain about that at all. Because that's the way I wanted my layout to be. Every deck, every floor in my layout is 10 bricks tall. Kind of going with standard of moon base, which I believe Chris and everybody came up with, is that each level is 10 bricks, including the plate that's either the floor or the roof. Like you don't go 10 bricks, then put a plate, and then another 10 bricks. The 10 bricks includes the plate for the floor or the roof, depends on which way you're going. I think it's the roof. So this is part one. And I didn't want to waste your time by building all of it, so I already have a ring. And then I'm going to show you how I do this on here. Look at that. It fits perfectly inside the crater plates. Like, I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe how well the 36 4x9 wing plates fits with classic space, not just the crater plates, but with monorail. This diameter here on the outside is the exact diameter of the inside of if you put 4 curves together. It's perfect. So I was like mind blown. I don't know if they intended this. I really don't know. But I was more than impressed that this worked out perfectly. So I'm gonna stop this video. I'm gonna get more parts ready to show you how to. Because this is now not just the roof and stuff. We have to put a floor in here because, of course, this ring is going to be off the floor, off the pad. So it's going to be you need a floor. It's not going to just be a hole here. So I'm going to work on that next, and that's going to take a lot more parts, and I don't know if I'm going to have time tonight to do that. But I am planning on doing that so I can show you that part of it. Yeah, so let's just stop the video now so I don't waste more of your time. So this is going to be a bit of a series. I'm not sure how long the series is going to go. After I bolt this down to the plate and show you how to build the floor in the middle. There are relatively just, you don't even have to watch that. I think everybody knows. Well, but I'll show you anyway, because I said I would. So that's it. That's all. I will talk to everybody soon. Everybody stay safe. I hope everybody's doing well. Sorry, on one brief note, one point of whatever. I have not been around. I have not been able. I have not. I'm going to profusely apologize right now. I sent out 3 lots of printed bricks for the 924 and the 918 for the 10497. I sent out 3 lots, and people were emailing me after those 3 lots wanting them, and I said I replied to their original emails, most of them. saying that, yes, I will get them. I have printed them. They're on bricks now. Life happens, and I really profusely apologize. I meant to get them out weeks ago. A lot of stuff and a lot of whatever. This is why I don't own a Bricklink store. Straight up, this way, I do not own a Bricklink store, because I'd have lots of negative feedback by saying he did not ship the parcel in time or in a timely fashion. The first 3 lots got out. My original plan was to send the first lot out, wait till people tell me they got them, just to verify that it's actually working, and then most of them got them, and I sent out the second lot. There was a bit of a delay. I believe it was shipping across the border, because most of them are going across the border, and there was a longer delay between me dropping them off at the post office and people getting them, so I got a little discouraged. And the third lot was even worse. Like, I sent the third lot, and it was weeks before people started getting back to me. And I said in my email to them, hey, let me know when you get them. I just got it today. So it wasn't like they were delaying and wasting my time. No, I just got it today. And I was thinking, this is like 2+ weeks. And I'm going, for the love of everything. So that got me a little depressed by going to the next lot of bricks. But I did promise people, and I like to think I'm a person who adheres and keeps to my promises. And I did say it did be coming out pretty soon. And here we are weeks later. And I honestly, has been on the back of my mind every single time. But what happens is life. Don't have to go into details about life. I do find that I have to get it done, because it's always, even when I'm at work all day and before I go to bed, I say, another day goes by and I didn't get them in the mail. And yet here I am making these videos. It's a balance, and overall, I want to get this done for people. I wholeheartedly want to support their love of this hobby, and I haven't done it. So this is 100% me. I will get it done. I'm going to do a little bit tonight. I'm going to start sending emails to the people who have sent me emails that I haven't responded to in a while. And I will go from there. Hopefully this weekend, because we're not camping, it is Halloween on Monday. Hopefully this weekend I will get everything in bubble envelopes and get them in the mail Saturday or Sunday. I will keep you posted. I am sorry for the delay. It's 100% on me. And if you want to cancel, I fully understand. And I do apologize profusely. So that said, I'm going to go. So everybody stay safe, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.